Good afternoon, everybody. It's Robbie from Rapid X Rentals again. We've added another unit to our fleet. It's a Kubota U17, very similar in size to all of our other ones. Roughly about a 4,200 pound machine, capable to dig a little over 7 foot deep, and with the expandable contractile undercarriage, fits right in with all of our other ones. And we're going to add a location and hope to have more coming soon. So stay with me, and I'm going to give you some operational tips on this machine and show you where everything's at. Thanks again. Like all of the other models, the U17 Kubota, once you want to get on it and operate it, this console does have to be up. And then once you've started the machine and you're ready to get to work to make all the controls functional, it does have to be in the down and locked position. From there you can operate and use all the features. Like all the other ones, your left joystick, depending on what mode you have it in, will operate your house and your main boom. Your right joystick will more than likely operate your stick and your bucket curl. That is, of course, unless we swap them. You've also got foot pedals. The left one does your auxiliary hydraulics. The right one, side to side, will do your boom swing. Here, where this pivots left and right for you. And then, of course, you've got your two drive sticks here. The throttle is here. Your backfill blade is here. That's up and down. That will also double as our expansion and contraction of the tracks, which we'll go over in a minute. You do have your 2-speed button here. Ignition is here, and then of course your display. Okay, now we'll go over fluid checks and fill spots. Here in the back, you've got your housing where your air filters are in there. Of course, you got fuel filter there. You've got your oil dipstick is here. That's your overflow for your radiator. A couple of fuses and relays located there. So for the most part, all that's pretty accessible. On the right hand or the passenger side over here, there's your sight glass for your hydraulic oil. You just want to see oil in there. It doesn't matter if it's at the top or bottom. And remember always, when you're checking hydraulic oil on one of these machines of any brand, all of your cylinders running down that boom and on the backfill blade, you want the cylinders as contracted as you can, or as little chrome showing as you can, because the more chrome that's out, the lower your level is here. So if you had them all extended and this shows no oil, you could easily overfill it. Directly above there on the right hand or passenger side is your fill for your hydraulic tank here and your diesel or fuel tank there. And there's also a secondary fuel gauge in there so you can watch it as you're filling it. In addition to the one here on the instrument cluster. So all of that's pretty easy. It's like everything else. There's going to be a grease point everywhere that something moves. Everywhere there's a hinge pin, you will have a grease point. Everything's very accessible on this machine. Very easy to maintain and take care of. It's laid out pretty well. Okay, now to cover some of the things that seem to elude us between different models, because all manufacturers like to move them. If you do want to swap patterns and go from ISO to standard or backhoe to excavator, you're going to pull the floor mat up right here. And then once that's up, you flip that open, and then it's hard to do one-handed. This lever here, you can move it. That was in the backhoe position, and then if you move it over here to B, that will put it in the excavator position. Now, the only other thing that they like to move around a lot is the switch, which is here. That valve, it's up, and when you do the backfill blade, when he's in this position, it'll expand and contract the tracks, and when you put it down there, it will go back to raising and lowering your backfill blade, and a handy dandy little phone charger there. That pretty much covers our U17, the latest addition to our fleet. Again, please go to our website at www.rapidxrental.com look at our process, see how we're doing it. We're renting excavators remotely again. We're putting them in towns where there's not rental houses. That saves you time and money from driving to town, to bigger towns to find a rental. Not on the highway, not waiting in line. You just pull up and rent them. We've got them at various spots. We've got a map on our website that shows where they are. We've got a page that explains our process. We've got our rental contracts on there, which is required. And from there, you can pay on the phone and grab them and go. We're trying to make it as easy as we can and as efficient for everybody as we can. And remember, always operate safely. There's a seatbelt for a reason. Again, on these smaller ones, don't drive across a trench. Go around or dig from the side and use your boom swing and go parallel with it, but don't go over them. These things are so short, they can fall down. If you have any questions, call us, email us, text us. We're always happy to help. And always remember to call your locators before starting a project where we're excavating underground. Better safe than sorry. Thanks again.